Hi guys, it's Tuesday. Sorry. And I wanted to get an MMA updating because I realized I haven't done one in a while. I have been feeling good lately, which is unexpected because I had been so frustrated because I wasn't getting things quickly. I couldn't get my body to move the way I wanted it to move, and I felt like I had no fluidity whatsoever. So those were a lot of the challenges that I've been kind of working on recently. For me in Muay Thai specifically, my big thing was moving my feet as I punch. Step, 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 step. In Jujitsu, it was simply survival. Still, survival. White belt for life. Yes. I think that as far as my Muay Thai, I know that my form is good. I know that when I transition to specialty punches, for example, today we did work on our levels. So I would do a high jab, a high hook, we dip down, I do a body shot, and then a kick, or you bounce back up to do another set of punches, which is great if you're standing still in a straight line in front of somebody. But obviously, the point is to move to get better angles so that you can't get hit, but you can still hit the other person. Common sense, right? Yeah, don't get hit. Yay. I had the opportunity to grab a private lesson with the daytime instructor, Chris, who's really great and extremely patient, which is like so important to me as a beginner, right? I'm really good with my knees and elbows. Everybody loves knees and elbows. They're vicious. They are awesome and vicious. But he knew that my big weakness is movement. So we did a set of circuit drills where I would slip and I would keep my head off the center line so that you're not getting hit. And it feels so weird to be like, because it's strange. But once you get into the habit of kind of weave, you realize your head is now a moving target instead of just being like, okay, punch. Now I'm like, oh, I'm over here. Oh, I'm over here now, which is pretty cool. And that seems to have stuck, which is really nice. That was a few weeks ago. The other thing he had me do was work on my footwork. So we laid out the little plastic ladder kind of thing. And I would do a set of step in, step out, step in, step out. And I tripped a few times, but I'm practicing on at home because you got to be on your toes. That's the other thing. You have to be on your toes so much. Like really, the only time you're flat-footed is when you're kicking, which isn't very often. So, then the other thing is, I hop like a bunny. So like if I'm moving back, I jump. I hop back. And he's like, you can't do that. I'm like, dude, I'm sticking with it. It works for me. If I ever fight, we can change it later, right? This is what I like. He's like, all right, whatever, What was the other thing? Oh, rolls, because you get in the habit of leaning forward. So if somebody's punching at your head, you want to go under the punch. Pop up with a punch ready. A lot of people lean forward, which obviously is a lot closer to the fist coming at your head. Not good. So you kind of want to, I had to learn to roll properly. It's, again, a very unusual movement that you're not going to do in everyday life. So it's kind of interesting to find ways to practice it. And the other thing I've been doing is just literally holding my hands up by my face with my elbows in, because you got to have your elbows in, obviously. Because my arms were getting tired in class. So, I'll just walk around the house holding my arms with your elbows in, your chin tucked, shoulders up. But I'll hold my arms up because even though the gloves are only 12 ounces, after 15 minutes, a few drills, jumping jacks, squats, abs, after all the fitness stuff that they fit in between the drills, everything's tired. So, since I'm not doing weightlifting right now at all, which I probably should be because my legs could really benefit from that with Jiu-Jitsu, But because I'm not, you might as well work on your lean muscle and just getting used to holding your hands by your head. Because even in Jiu-Jitsu, everything needs to be tight, you know? So switching to Jiu-Jitsu, I feel I rolled a few times last week. Not a lot, because I've been just miserable. And I felt more confident, not because I was getting submissions, not because I was dominating or aggressive, but because I felt better able to simply defend myself. And I like that, because for me, for women in general, a lot of jiu-jitsu is literally self-defense. So that is super empowering. So what I'm working on in jiu-jitsu right now is really the basics. Like I have no problem being humble and saying I need to work on my basics, because there is so much technique in everything that is jiu-jitsu that it's overwhelming. So yesterday, actually, he changed up the class a little bit. Eddie, who's awesome, he owns a gym and teaches the day classes for the most part. He switched it up, and we did a lot of escapes and a lot of work just simply flowing from one escape to another escape. We did a few takedowns, which was kind of cool. And again, all different and unusual movements than you would ever experience in any other martial art. So it is challenging. It is fun. And it was really cool, because even with the takedowns, you're pulling someone down and swinging them around and then jumping on top of them, basically. Everyone was holding out their hands, so helping the person on the bottom up. And I know that seems like such a little thing, but it's not. It's all about teamwork, you know, and supporting each other and making each other stronger and teaching each other and helping each other to be better, especially in the day class. The night classes can be huge. Like I've seen pictures where the mats are full and people are probably kicking each other in the heads, rolling around. Day classes, thankfully, are usually 10 or less people. So that's 5 sets of pairs, which is great, because you get a lot of extra attention, a tremendous amount of feedback, and he will absolutely critique the little things. So for me, basically making space to move. So if someone's laying on top of me, I have to have my hands by my face, my elbows up, so that I can push if I'm able to. Or if they're hitting me, I hold on, you know, trying to get your head. You hold on to them and keep them close so they can't reach back and swing at you in a self-defense kind of situation. If they're on top of you, how to use your legs, you know, and your arms to hold on or push, depending on what your method of escape is. But I feel like I know more, and knowing more obviously is better. I haven't mastered anything. I haven't, although I love the triangle. That's super cool. I feel better about my arm bars. But again, those are so super basic that, like, if you're in jiu-jitsu, you're like, God, that's so boring. But it's not. It is important. These are the foundations of everything else jiu-jitsu is made of, right? The movements, the switching of your body. Foundations are important. And that's one of the things that Eddie talks about all the time. He was like, this drill may seem simple to the higher belts, the blue belts, the purple belts, the brown belts. May seem simple, so do it faster. Person on the bottom, make it more challenging. Wiggle. He was like, everyone needs to know this. And until I know that you know this, we're drilling this. So we did a lot of drills. I feel I still have that level of frustration. My friend that I introduced and brought into the class, Nicole, who's awesome. She, for whatever reason, is naturally very good at this. I have no idea why. She has no idea why. But she simply takes to this very naturally. And I'm super jealous. But what are you going to do but work harder, right? He mentioned she's getting her first stripe in the next class or two. So I'm really excited for her. Not jealous on that level. I'm really happy to have a partner that is more natural. So I get feedback. I watch her body more. I watch what she does. And that helps me. I just feel so lucky to be part of such a really good school. I've heard terrible things from people in other schools. Like, They just want you to do it. They want you to do it faster. They want you to do it harder. They don't care about your technique as long as you're aggressive. Be aggressive. No. The whole foundation of jujitsu is being able to flow, to have control over yourself. And of course, obviously, you want control over your partner, to be able to get to a safe distance, whether that's really far away or really close, and just to manage the situation in general. Obviously, that's usually in tournament situations or real life submissions, going after the submission as soon as possible, right? I'm not there yet. I'm just not. And that's okay. I feel like as my Muay Thai gets better, I care less about the frustration that I have with Jiu-Jitsu. Even though I only get to do Muay Thai once a week, it's still my favorite. It's awesome. I love it. We worked on clinches last week for the first time, and I realized I would never be able to wear my glasses in a fight, because with somebody's hands behind your head and they're pulling you down, that's the clinch in Muay Thai, basically. My ears got really rubbed and really busted, and I had to take off my glasses because they like went sideways, and I was like, we gotta take a break. I gotta take these off. Whereas the rest of the time, Jiu-Jitsu, I wear them to watch. Depending on the position, I have to take them off. If you're doing, triangles around my neck, common courtesy. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves or mess up my glasses. But other than that, still in love, still challenged, very much so. And you would think it's kind of silly, boxing, Muay Thai, same thing, you get to use your elbows, you get to use your knees, you get to use your legs, you get to use the arms. There's only so many things that you could do with that. You would think that, but there's not. There's a tremendous amount of combinations. There's a tremendous amount of technique, simple technique that people don't even think about, It is a very challenging sport. It's a lot easier to me than Jiu-Jitsu. A lot easier to me than Jiu-Jitsu, because I have done other martial arts before. I have way better kicks than most of the people that haven't done anything, which is great. I love my kicks. This is my favorite part. And knees. Everybody loves knees. But I feel like I care less about the frustration, because I'm doing better at what I love, if that makes sense. So I really appreciate that both things still challenge me. Obviously, I want to master them. That's 15, 20 years down the road. That's fine. I'm not on a timeline. I'm not in a rush. I don't have a fight scheduled for next month, that sort of simple stuff. I don't have to, I don't plan on walking the city streets alone at night with no other defenses. I'm okay. But I know if something were to happen, I am able to defend myself and probably other people, honestly. And that's a great feeling. I feel stronger. I feel empowered. And honestly, my abs are pristine. Pristine, okay? I'm going to chop off the bottom half of all of my shirts just so I can show off my abs. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm so proud of that. After having 2 kids, I never thought I'd see my abs again, and yeah, so happy. So I hope you've enjoyed this MMA update. I'm really thinking about asking some of the instructors to give little interviews. So if there are any questions you have, as a woman, as a man, whatever, you're interested in the sport, you've seen things, I will get them to answer a whole bunch of questions in a few weeks, because I'm on vacation next week. I love you guys. I hope you're doing great. Stay strong. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. Keep practicing. It's the only way you're ever going to get better. Okay? I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.